Tourism and hospitality components. Travel industry is a tourism and hospitality network, which includes both the private and the public sectors. So, according to Gee, Choi, and Mackens in 1997, defined the travel industry as the composite of organization, both private and public, that involves in the development, production, and marketing of product and services to serve the needs of the travelers. Business and corporation are regarded as part of the component of the travel industry, classified as direct provider, support service, and the development organization. Category 1 is the direct provider. These are the business that the consumer consume their product or their services directly, like hotel, restaurant, retail shop, airlines, and ground transportation. So direct provider siya kay ang mga customer or mga travelers kay sa ilaon direkta mo consume or mupalit sa ilang service or product nga ilang gi-offer. The second category is the support service. Lend support to the direct provider. It includes specialized service such as tour organizer, travel and trade publication, hotel management firm, and travel research firms. It also includes basic supplies and service such as contract laundry and food contract service. Example of support service is the tour wholesaler. So, ang tour wholesaler, mao ang naghimo og kanang tour plan or tour package that ilang ibaligya kini sa mga travel agent or travel agency, which is dito mo purchase ang mga tourists. So, ang travel agent mao'y direct provider sa mga tourists and ang tour wholesaler mao'y support service. Third category is the tourism development organization. It's different from the first two since it includes planner, government agencies, financial institution, real estate developers, and educational and vocational training institution. So, this organization focus more on dealing the tourism and hospitality development, which tend to be more complex and broader scope than the production of daily travel service. The decision and result of tourism hospitality development are long-term. So, mas nakafocus sila kung saan pag-develop ang long-term experience for tourism and hospitality supply component. Tourism and hospitality supply component classified into 5 main categories. First is the natural resources. Natural resources includes element in the area for the use of enjoyment of visitors such as climate, landform, terrain, flora, fauna, bodies of water, beaches, natural beauty, and water supply for drinking, sanitation, and similar uses. So, natural resources is gihatag siya gikan din sa nature, makuha na siya sa nature. So, natural resources in tourism and hospitality is include sa mga attraction like waterfalls, which is mo'y maka-attract sa mga customer nga mo atong isa ka specific na lugar para mo visit or for leisure time. The second components are the infrastructure. Infrastructure consists of all underground and surface developmental construction, such as water supply, sewage disposal system, gas lines, electrical and communication system, drainage system, and other constructed facilities such as highways, airports, railroads, roads, drive parking lots, parks, night lighting, marinas, and dock facilities, bus and train station facilities, and similar tourist service installation. So, infrastructure is approach sa tourism hospitality component kay if ang usa ka lugar or ang isa ka destination or travel destination is nindot siya agyanan na siya og communication service, nindot siya og i-offer nga mga personal use, mas daghan ang mga customer nga ma-attract og feeling nila mas convenient sa ila ang pag-adto dito. Superstructure is an above ground facilities service such as airports, buildings, passenger traffic terminals, hotels, motels, resort, restaurant, shopping center, places of entertainment, museums, store, and similar structures. So, superstructure is mo na siya katong maugi adtoon sa mga visitors except sa natural resources. Also, superstructures attract the customer to visit a certain destination or a certain tourist. Transportation and transportation equipment includes items such as ships, airlines, trains, bus, limousine, taxis, automobile, cog railways, aerial tramway, and similar passenger transportation facilities. So transportation is also one usa po siya sa murag maka-attract sa mga customer nga moadto sa usa ka lugar if nindot ang transportation or nindot ang ilaang journey paingon anang isa ka certain destination is mas ganahan sila moadto sa usa ka lugar. Hospitality resources includes cultural wealth of the areas which is makes possible to the success hosting of tourists. Example are the welcoming spirit of tourists and business employees, attitude of the resident towards the visitor, courtesy, friendliness, sincerity, interest, and willingness to serve and to get better acquainted with visitors, and other manifestation of warmth. So, hospitality resources is mo ni siya if unsay ma-feel or unsay imong gipa-feel sa mga visitors or sa tourists while ni travel sila sa usa ka destination. So importante ni siya kay example of this is palitan if naisa ka tourist and ang imong pagtrato sa ila is hospitable and welcoming, mas ganahan sila na kay mas ma-enhance pud ang ilang travel experience. Kay if ever negative ang imong pagtrato sa ila and negative ang ilang ma-experience during the leisure time or during sa ilang pag-travel, which is makahatag sa ilang negative and murag mahuna-huna na sila na dili na sila ganang mubalik ani nga kuan ug dili nila i-recommend sa lain nila nga mga kaila or sa ilang friends.
Hospitality training. So hospitality training aims to motivate service providers to be hospitable in dealing with tourists. So through this, mas makaprovide og mga hospitable services which leads to good and satisfaction sa mga tourist. By this, mas ganahan mobalik ang mga tourist ug makadali sila og ilang new friends and families through the use of word kay nindot man ang service nga ilang gi-provide during their experience. So there are three aspects. First is attitude towards self. So in our industry, it's very important ang ato ang self, how we dress, our character, and our personality. It's because our action reflects towards our duty at work. If we are positive and good vibes to everyone around us, also yung results sad kay positive impressions and we can do our job accordingly. Hence, if you are negative, of course, ang atong effects sa ana sa atong work and how we treat guests are also negative ang impression na ilang madawat. So that's why it's important to build our self-esteem so that we can give good impressions. Second is attitude toward others. It's also important how we treat others. Having good attitude in our profession leaves good relationship to tourists and even to our colleagues. So also attitude to treat guests equally is a key to contribute happiness and satisfaction. Also, the way we talk and our choice of words have big impact to others. That's why our attitude is important in order to build trust to guests and a healthy environment for our colleagues. Third is attitude toward the tourism and hospitality industry. In our industry, dili lang ta nag-focus sa on pagkuha revenue or mag-provide good services, but also we should be aware on how we contribute to our country's economic. By this, mas mag-improve ang atong country kay maka-attract ta og mga new tourists. Okay, help sad nga mas mula po ma-improve ang atong tourism and mas better ang hospitality nga mo-provide. Also, in this industry, dapat knowledgeable siya ta sa mga itong i-provide sa guests para malikayan ang mga conflicts and problems and also para ma-aware na sa ito kung sa buhaton next time in times of problems during at work. Community awareness programs. In our country, we have so many different tourist attractions such as islands, historical places, and many more. So, community awareness programs help to educate locals about the importance of tourism and hospitality. Also, masuportahan ang ato ang local economic development, where ang mga locals kay maka-benefit sa ani. Example is, if ang locals kay na sila business like souvenir shops, so contribute sa atong economic development ug maka-help sa everyday lives sa atong mga locals. This program also helps to preserve the cultural heritage and traditions. Kaninga program also we can promote cross-cultural understanding para mas mudipe ng atuang pagsabot and ma-appreciate ang mga lain-lain nga cultures and matagan nato og respect. There are so many ways to address this program, such as mag-held og meetings sa mga locals para ma-aware and para mag-regulate og rules and regulation para mas hapsay mas malambong isa ka tourist attractions. This also helps to maintain the beauty in it. Of course, dili lang jud meetings. There are many methods, but there is only one goal, and that is to create a safe environment for everyone and to create a feeling where tourists feel at home in the community.
Now, let's talk about the land transportation and tourism. First is taxi and limousine services. These services are very important in tourist areas. Taxis should have clean, removable seat covers. Drivers should be courteous and assist tourists with their luggage, and ideally be trained in foreign languages. Need nila mag-train og mga foreign language so they can communicate clearly sa mga tourists. Second is bus services. Tour buses should feature large windows, comfortable seats, air conditioning, and restroom facilities. Bus personnel should be courteous and hospitable, with tour guides and interpreters well trained to avoid misinterpretations. Certification programs for guides are essential, and instructors should educate on local history, culture, and political or economic systems. Third, rail services. Many experienced travelers favor trains for their safety, convenience, and scenic views from comfortable air-conditioned cars. The introduction of high-speed trains have further enhanced rail travel. Adequate taxi, limousine, or bus services from train stations to hotels are necessary for travelers' peace of mind. So next, let's talk about the air travel. Air travel means airplane. Porter service is essential at airports, emphasizing the importance of helpful behavior, adequate training, and supervision for porters. Airport facilities should be air-conditioned in hot climates and heated in cold climates. Large airports should offer comfortable waiting areas and provide flight information. So, who among you here na nakatry na og airplane? Diba taog ninyo sa airplane kay naman ay magtagbo ninyo to carry their luggage or to carry your luggage. Muna sila'y mag-assist nimo, which is very helpful kay for example, daghan kang luggage nga imong gidala. They are there to help you, and naasab na sila'y guide or protocol nga unsaon nila pag-assist sa mga travelers or mga tourists. Next is sea travel. Sea travel is a significant aspect of tourism, exemplified by tourists like Manila Bay, Sunset Cruise, and others in Florida, Germany, and Holland. When we say sea travel, muna siya mga barko, muna yung mga yate, and sa pa ka ng mga boat that can use to travel sa water area. Cruise ships have evolved into floating Cruise ships have evolved into floating resorts. Increasing sea travel demand, luxurious cruises are expected to grow as wealth and leisure time increase.
Types of accommodation. There are 12 types of accommodations. Tourist accommodations may be classified into the following categories. First one is hotels. Hotels provide accommodation, meals, and refreshments for those who may reserve their accommodations in advance but not need to do so. But in a broad terms, ang hotels is provide silang mga facilities nga meet sa standard or sa needs sa mga modern travelers. They also ay portray an image sa efficiency o sa mga services. Second one is ang condominium. Condominium is an apartment or individual dwelling unit owned by an individual. But ang pag-manage ang services
such as sa maintenance o sa security, ang gahandle sa iya ay isang independent company. That company may mo contact sa mga condominium to rent it if ang owner sa condominium is wala gagamit. Third one is motels or motor hotels. Ang motor hotels o hotels is ka-provide sila bedrooms, bath, and parking to motorists. Diba, sa last discussion ni ma'am is ang motels or motor hotels is located siya sa highways for sa mga motorists na gusto mo stay in. They also provide, ang motels also provide a stay in sa mga travelers, eat, and drinks. Fourth one is ang inns. Inns are lodging establishments catering to transcends which do not meet the minimum requirements of an economy hotel. Also, ang lodging establishments often smaller siya kesa sa hotels or intimate hotels that traditionally provides travelers for a place to stay, eat, and drinks. Next one is apartments. Apartments are hotels or apparatus buildings or edifices containing several independent and furnished or semi-furnished apartments that are regularly leased to tourists and travelers for dwelling. Ang mga accommodations na i-provide sa apartment is self-contained living space, offering more privacy and amenities, yes, than a typical hotel. Ang accommodations typically includes ang separate bedroom, ang living room, and ang iyang dining area, and fully equipped kitchen. Masing malibog mo kung sa ang difference sa apartment o sa condominium. Ang difference nila between the two is ang ownership. Kaya ang condominium is an individually owned unit in larger building or complex, while ang apartment is a unit that rented from a landlord or property management company. 6. Paradors. Paradors are old convents, monasteries, castles, or fortresses converted into hotels by the government and operated by a national tourism office. Ang giprovide sa paradors ng mga accommodations is historic accommodations. Kay many sa paradors are set in beautifully restored sa historic buildings nga gaalaw sa mga guests to stay in places where a royalty or historical figures once lived. Next one is pensions. Pensions are private or family-operated tourist accommodation similar sa mga boarding house and guest houses. Ang gi-offer nila nga accommodation is food and lodging to tourists and well-known for their informal family atmosphere. Also, ga-offer po sila og affordable nga accommodations for travelers. Next one is bed and breakfast accommodations. Ang gi-provide nila nga accommodations is room, bath, and hearty breakfast to tourists and travelers. They are known for B&Bs, bed and breakfast accommodations, yes, are popular in Britain, Ireland, and United States. Next one is hostels. Hostels provide minimal amenities such as a bunk bed and a commonly shared toilet and bathroom. Ang gi-offer sa hostels nga accommodations is budget-friendly accommodations that prioritize siya social and communal atmosphere. Typically, ang gi-offer nila is shared dormitory-style rooms and communal space like sa kitchens o sa lodges. Next one is campgrounds. Campgrounds appeal mostly to families who travel in recreational vehicles or RVs. Also, ang gi-offer sa ilaha is a range of accommodation from a basic tent or RV sites to more luxurious options like furnished cabins and gambling tents. Next one is health spas. Health spas are hostels and resorts which cater to individuals who go to spas or mineral springs for weight reduction or medical treatment. And lastly, ang private homes. Private homes provide lodging to tourists when accommodations are not available during peak periods. Di ba, pag peak periods is daghan man kayo og mga customers nga gusto mo stay at sa mga hotels or other types of accommodations. Siyempre, apil gyapon ang mga private rooms kay mas dako man sila og kanang personal space diyadto.
Hotel classification. So, there are different ways of classifying hotels. First is the location, kung asa na-locate ang usa ka hotel. If sa city ba, sa suburban, airports, and many more. Second is type of guest, such as commercial. These are guests who travels for business purposes. Convention. These are guests who travels for large meeting or a conference hosted by an organization. And resort. These are guests who travels for relaxation and leisure activities. Third is based on price. First is economy or on a budget. Second is standard or mid-scale or nasa tunga-tunga lang ang price. And third is the first class or deluxe, which is luxurious na jud kaayo. A star rating system is these are used to classify hotels based on the quality of their restaurants, rooms, amenities, and services. So the highest is the 5-star hotel and the lowest is the 1-star hotel. Other classifications also is deluxe, first class, standard, and economy.
Food and beverage. Tourists spend a significant portion of their budget on food and beverage. Countries with high per capita eating place sales are also top tourist destinations. The type of food service should align with tourist needs. Many destinations develop menus featuring indigenous cuisine to promote local economy. So kani, ang mga tourist kuno mag-splurge silang money more on food and beverage. So kita, for example, na ay mga tourists from other town or from other country nga mo na diri sa dapitan. Kada sila nga mga tourists, mag-spend na silang money sa atong food and beverage. So kita po, dapat ang atong ihatag sa ila or ang atong i-deliver nga food and beverage is dapat locally made or produced nga gikan diri sa dapitan or unsa mo'y patok diri sa dapitan, unsa mo'y best food diri sa dapitan. So, para makatilaw pud sila sa ato ang delicacies.
Restaurants. Besides hotels, motels, and other types of accommodations, restaurants are also classified as superstructure. Restaurants are establishments offering refreshments and meals to the public. So, naay mga basic standards requirements sa mga restaurants. First is the facades and architectural features of the building shall be appropriately designed. Also, ang kuan restaurant dapat ga-provide siya with the proper entrance and exit. Also, there shall be an adequate and secure parking space provided for free customers. Second one is the dining room shall be adequate in size, which sufficient and well-maintained furniture. Dapat ang dining area is dako-dako siya og size for the customers to feel comfortable if mo dining sila. Next one is there shall be a cuisine of good quality and presentation and served with distinction. Also, there shall be a menu book or a menu card which shall be presented dapat clean and easy to read with the menu items listed in logical sequence. Also, ang mga tables cloth dapat nindot siya and clean. Last one is adequate number of well-trained, experienced, efficient, and courteous staff shall be employed. Dapat ang bar section shall be well stocked at all times. Then dapat ang kitchen, pantry, and cold storage shall be in good operating condition at all times. And dapat ang mga good quality sa mga fixtures and fitting and provided with running water. Ang mga tissue papers, soap, paper towels, and hand drip shall be provided. And dapat ang mga dining or function rooms shall be fully air conditioned and well ventilated. That's all.